I went to a special ed school when I was younger, and my goal for making this video is really to ask parents and educators and even those with disabilities what can be done about the situation that we've led ourselves to. And how did we lead ourselves to this place where we now stand? Well, it's because we've just gone along with it. Nobody's really stood up for those with disabilities and special education teachers, and the parents have simply been lied to by the healthcare system, by the education system. But I'm speaking here from my own experience as a former participant in the special ed program here in Fairfax County Public Schools, my personal experience. So I'm not coming at this from a standpoint of, like self-righteousness and martyrism. No, I'm coming from a standpoint of a very concerned citizen, and I'm concerned for the kids. I'm really concerned for them, and I'm concerned for the outputs of this system, which first of all fails to address the root problems that kids actually deal with. It's so easy to look at a kid who's struggling in class and to slap a diagnosis on that kid and to ship him away, separate that kid from the normal neurotypical kids, put that kid into the special ed program. But what is the special ed program really designed to do at the end of the day? Well, speaking from personal experience, I'll tell you. But, coming at this from a perhaps, concerned parent's perspective, like my mom, for example, she thought she was really doing good for me by putting me in the special ed program, because then I'd be getting special help and I'd be in an environment where there's more kids like me. And I'm not knocking my experience. I met some very, very good friends at the special ed school that I attended, but it's like keeping all that contained. It's like separating the ones who by nature are non-conforming because of their disability or their exceptionality. I met some very, very bright kids there. I was one of them. But it's like those exceptionalities are not, they're not encouraged, really. I mean, for example, I was pretty bright, but they put me on, 4th grade math when I was in 6th grade. And it's like, how was that actually helping me at the end of the day? And why was it, years behind the stuff I was actually learning in normal school? Well, because we had to slow down the curriculum to account for the dumbest kids in the class, honestly. And when we're dealing with kids with disabilities, that's going to be years behind. So in reality, when I was at that school, I was learning stuff I had already learned. So I really wasn't learning anything. I was just sitting in class. I could do the assignments in seconds, whereas kids would be raising their hand asking for help every step of the way. But it's not designed. It's not designed for each person. It's not like your needs are being addressed individually. It's like the lowest of the lows kids are being addressed, but those who stand outside of that, they're not really actually being helped. And to speak on that, on the education side and the educators themselves, most of them had a disability. And it opened my eye to that side of the world, which, adults with disabilities. Here I was in an environment with other kids who had disabilities, and most of my educators had disabilities. But can I just put something out there? A lot of them really kind of did not really do their job that well. I had teachers who really struggled themselves, and due to that, we weren't getting very good education because our teachers were struggling, either with their own problems or just with the curriculum itself. And a lot of my teachers were sad for us. They expressed that, because here we are in an environment where uniqueness is celebrated, and yet we're all being forced on one path, on one curriculum. And if you can't fit yourself on that path, then you're kept in the system and you're forced down these medications. Like, every kid was on some sort of medication. Most were on a cocktail of medications, and like they all cause side effects. I remember, like, cool kids who would be enrolled in the school, just like they had problems, right? And then by the end of the term, they were like all fat, like literally obese, and you could tell in their eyes, like they just lost that spark, and it's because of all these drugs they forced them on. And then you look at everyone around you, and we're all in like this depressed sort of state, being told like, this is the only path. Like, do you want to be in special ed forever? No? Well, then you have to fit in the box. If you want to get out of special ed, you have to fit in the box so you can get out of it. And I just have such a big problem with that, because these kids by nature are not meant to fit in a box. And our teachers, for the majority, agreed with us. And they're like, well, we just have to do it. Like, why though? Why? I mean, we're examining the education system as itself, as it stands right now, and we're looking at it. And I know the current administration wants to tear it apart and all that, but can I also add, like, can we also examine the special ed side of things too? Because it's really, 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 like, terribly funded. It's under-recognized. No one is, like, I don't know anyone who's speaking out about this. I don't actually know a whole lot of people with disabilities, and a lot of them don't speak out due to their disabilities. And it's still, unfortunately, quite stigmatized. And I mean, the reason I don't talk about it is like, yeah, I'd rather forget that part of my life, but then I also can't forget these facts that just stand out red hot in my mind. Like the fact that we had, like, incentives for good behavior, and the top incentives for good behavior was food. Was like, we could pick whatever we wanted from the pantry, and all these were like food donations from big corporations. And this pantry was just stocked with like flamin' hot Cheetos, Takis. Like, I didn't know about Takis till I started at special ed school, and all my friends were hooked, and then I got hooked. I mean, they know exactly how to like get into the addictive pathways of neurodiverse children. It's like with these disgustingly bright foods, like I remember being loaded home with like Kraft mac and cheese and Velveeta, Cheetos, Takis. Think of anything bright colored and like bad for you. That's what they gave us as incentives for good behavior. And what do these foods do? They increase bad behavior. It's well known. And I don't want to go too long in this video and get into all the depths of everything, but if I just wanted to once again ask you to please just, like, if you're a parent or if you're just concerned about special ed kids and the program and what we do for those with disabilities, like, just maybe do some research on yourself and look up some anecdotes. There's people out there that are talking about their experiences with special ed, and I'm going to make some more videos about it too, highlighting some of the stuff I deal with there. Like harassment from other children and teachers. The fact that most of these kids were like either minority groups such as Black or Hispanic. I was the only female there for a decent time. Why? Well, because there's a lot of reasons, and I'll get into them in the future video, but I just wanted to say thank you for watching this, and stay tuned for more videos about me highlighting my experiences in special education and the faults of special ed. Stay tuned, and please like and subscribe if you like this content. Peace out.